Hey YouTube, it's Jonathan. I am here with Jessie again, who hasn't been in a tutorial in a little while, but we are doing this spring going out makeup with a pink lip and a little bit of blue on the eyes. I hope you enjoy. To prime the skin, I'm going to start off with the Smashbox Photofinish Primer in Light, and I'm just going to put this all over her face, like you do with primer, and just rub that in. And for the eyes, for the primer, I'm going to use the Cargo HD Picture Perfect eyeshadow primer, and as always I'm just going to rub this in from the lash line to the brow. The eyeshadow palette I'm going to be working with today is the CK One Eyeshadow Palette in Smoking, and I'm going to start by taking the lightest cream shade and putting that under the brow and on the inner corner and kind of blending that onto the lid a little bit. Doing this is going to help creating that gradient across the lid, as well as highlighting under the brow bone and inner corner. Next, I'm taking the silver glitter shade across most of the lid, just leaving the outer corner free, and I'm just blending this along, trying to build up some of this sparkle. When working with glitter shades, it's better to pat the color on to build up color payoff. Next, I am taking the blue shade from the palette, and I'm just packing this color onto the outer corner. Adding this here is going to add some extra shape to the lid, as well as a nice bright pop of color. I love using this turquoise shade on Jessie's eyes because it really brings out the blue in them. I wanted to define Jessie's crease without using the stark black in the palette, so I'm just taking a bit of the Marc Jacobs bronzer and I'm running that through the crease lightly just to add a little bit of extra shape. To line the eyes, I'm using my ever-trusty Ulta brand gel eyeliner pencil in Blackout, and I'm just running this loosely along the lash line, keeping it really close and not too perfect because I'm going to be blending this out with the black eyeshadow from the palette like I like to do. I really like this look because it keeps it softer rather than too sharp and too perfect. And here I am doing just that. This is just the black shadow from the palette, and I'm just kind of pressing that into the liner and starting to wing it out just a little tiny bit. Taking the shadow that is left over on my angled brush, I am just running that along the lower lash line. Doing this adds subtle definition under the eyes. I'm making sure not to go too far in because I don't want it to look super unnatural. Here with a clean brush, I'm just patting on a little bit extra of the silver glitter just because I wanted it to be a little bit more intense. Before moving on to base, I am just going to sweep this clean blush brush underneath the eyes to get rid of any fallout. And for foundation, I'm using one of my current obsessions. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection in shade 130 True Ivory. I am taking this with a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and just blending this all over Jessie's face. I know right now it looks a little bit light, but Jessie has a little bit of redness in her skin, but this is the shade that matches her neck. So in the end, this is all going to look a little bit more natural than it is right now on camera. To conceal under the eyes and highlight a little bit, I'm just taking a little bit of the Amazing Cosmetics Amazing Concealer and blending that in with a domed shadow brush. Before moving on to blush and bronzer, I'm just going to take a little bit of the original Airspun loose face powder and using the puff that comes in it, adding this to the mix. This powder is the bomb. It works like no other. She just looks perfect once this is on, and it creates a really great base for the blush and the bronzer to stick to. To warm up the skin, I'm using the same bronzer that I used on the eyes. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze. I'm taking this slightly under the cheekbones and just around the perimeter to warm up the skin. To blush and highlight the skin at the same time, I'm taking the Rockateur blush from Benefit, using the applicator that comes in the box, and just adding this to the tops of the cheekbones and having Jessie smile as I do so to add that nice little subtle luminosity to the skin. I'm also taking this along the forehead, nose, and chin just to kind of tie the whole thing together. To perfect Jessie's already nice eyebrows, I'm taking the Benefit Gimme Brow in shade Light Medium and just brushing that through and shaping the brows up and out as they should be. This is going to give them color and keep them in place all day. It was at this point in the makeover that I decided I wanted everything to be slightly more dramatic, so under the cheekbones I'm using the matte shade from the bareMinerals Beach is Waiting with the brush that comes with it, and just contouring slightly, maybe not so slightly. I also added a bit of this to the crease of the eye to contour that a bit more. For mascara, I'm using the bareMinerals Lash Domination. This is a sample that I got from Ulta, so I am just using this like you do with mascara, just kind of fanning the lashes out and making sure to coat every single one. As I said, I wanted everything to be more dramatic, so here I am taking that same black eyeliner I used earlier, and I'm adding this to the inner rim. Still, taking this look even further, I'm just winging out the eyeliner a little bit more with the dark black eyeshadow from that original palette. For lips, I am just layering on the Tanya Burr Eye Candy Lip Gloss in the shade Picnic in the Park. This is the most beautiful springtime hot pink. I love the finish of these lip glosses. They're not like a liquid lipstick, but they still give you full color without having that thick, heavy feeling, and the shine on these lasts for a very long time. The last step is just a spritz to set the makeup. This is the Pure Minerals Miracle Mist, as always, and this is just going to lock the makeup in and make her last all day. And here is a shot of the final look. I really love this for springtime because it is bold with a pop of color, but it's not too crazy. It's still wearable. And can we just mention the color of her eyes right now? Insane. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that tutorial. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave me a comment below asking that. Like my video and subscribe to my channel. Check out my Instagram and Twitter. Both are at JohnJohnTalks, and my blog, JonathanCurtisOnYT.blogspot.com. I'll see you next time. Bye. For my skin tone, it's always weird for me with blush because some of them are too pink, but this has a very warm orangey color, and I find that to be the most natural for me.
Yes, you just saw it.
Pow.
There.